Hello everyone, and today I'm going to make a review / reaction for the first week in college football. This is the first time I've kind of done something like this. Now I've done the the postseason for the championship in basketball last year for college, but other than that, I really haven't made too many sports videos, and I just wanted to because I am pretty excited going into this year. So starting right off, I'm going to get into I'm going to go and say I'm really only going to talk about 4 teams. I'm going to talk about Auburn versus Baylor, Texas versus Ohio State, Alabama versus freaking Florida State, and the LSU Clemson game. Those are the only 4 games I want to mention. Now there was some other ones, but really those are like the biggest games. But anyway, getting into it now, I'm going to, of course, start with Auburn Baylor. I am an Auburn fan, and I am extremely happy for this win. I mean, every Auburn fan right now, I mean, I think is so happy to finally have, is this team going to win a championship? Probably not. If we're I'm talking, we have maybe at most we might get the last spot in, the last seed in for the playoffs. And that's just assuming we go 9-3 or something. But I mean, even that's pretty far. But even still, I mean, this was just a very good win for the team. Baylor, they're a pretty solid team. I mean, you could argue that they're in the top 25 and that they definitely have a top 25 offense. I mean, my goodness. Now again, this is the first game, so it is kind of hard to judge how good teams really are. But I mean, off the rip, that Baylor offense. Now, we can prove that their quarterback is really good. Apparently, he had the 5th highest QBR in the country last year, and he's a stud. He is really good. But in the receiver core, now I'm not really sure how great they're supposed to be, but watching them that they had the number 1 on their team, and pretty much really just their whole receiving core, they were all really. They're just all really good, very, very fast. I mean, oh my gosh, we could not defend the slants that game. Now, granted, I mean, yeah, we held them to 24 points at home, which, they are one of the better offenses in the country. But, man, they still had over 400 passing yards. So, even though we did let up, that many passing yards, we had a couple of blown plays, the one with a Kobe Prentice who made that 4th and 9 touchdown conversion, which we absolutely blew that, and a couple others, but man, they absolutely killed us on the slants. I mean, my gosh. But at the same time, I mean, we didn't defend it that well, but I mean, again, those guys are studs. They are fast as crap. And secondary, they did all right. Defensive line played, especially our defensive ends, played outstanding. Keldrick Falk and the other guy, I think he had more tackles than them. They did amazing. I mean, my gosh, our defensive line. Now, there were some couple plays where they didn't do great. Interior was they were above average, but man, the defensive ends were unreal. And a lot of people were expecting it to be like that. Which, I'm not surprised. Those guys, studs, linebackers. I think one of our linebackers, I forgot his name. He led the team in tackles. And other than that, yeah. I mean, defense all around. Even though we did give up, we did give up 400 passing yards. I think Baylor only had 70 rushing yards. So we absolutely stopped the run game very, very well. As far as offense goes. Very happy with how we played on offense. Again, not perfect, but at the same time, it was pretty close. I mean, Jackson Arnold, the dude played just about as good as he really could. I mean, he was 11 for 17, 150 yards passing. Really solid performance, made very smart decisions, did amazing on the ground. I mean, Again, he's not one of these quarterbacks Jalen Milroe from last year, always looking somewhere to scramble. He is, and one of the commentators said, he is reacting to, the defense giving him opportunities to scramble, and he absolutely capitalized on it, and he did it so well. the dude was amazing on the ground. All of our touchdowns were rushing. The running back group was amazing. Jeremiah Cobb, the second string, he really helped out a lot when Damari Alston went out. Damari Alston played he played fantastic. I was questioning how good our running backs were going to be going into this year because we lost Jarquez Hunter, and Jarquez Hunter was a freaking stud, but man, Damari Alston played amazing. Jeremiah Cobb did, Jackson Arnold did running, all three of those guys just amazing on the ground. And Baylor, they're not really known for having a good defense. They're all right. I've heard they do have a couple of guys in the secondary that are pretty good and that are some prospects for the draft. But and even though they don't have a great run defense, I mean, we really did we got to show some physicality. Again, we had a lot of very tough runners like Jackson Arnold, Damari Alston, Jeremiah Cobb. They're not guys that are going to run around you. They are going to try to run you over, all three of them. So that's what I really like. I mean, we played really physical, very smart football. The play calling from Hugh Freeze on offense was just about as good. I think he put us in the best position that we could to, do what we needed to do. Again, amazing game all around. Defense was shaky. We had a lot, and I mean a lot of missed tackles. That is kind of concerning, but I mean, it's something I think it is. Yeah, we can definitely correct that. I mean, and again, this is a better offense. I do think this is a top 25 offense. I mean, they have, again, really good receiver core. Debatably top 5 quarterback, and supposedly a pretty good interior defensive line. But even then, we really did absolutely eat up their offensive line. I mean, not all the time. They were at some points where they did hold up, but for the most part, our defensive line really stepped up when they needed to. Secondary held out for a while, but anyway, I've pretty much already said what I need to say. Now to start the game off, we had a rough start, to say the least. I mean, Baylor, they start out going they kick a field goal, but they keep marching down the field, and we go 3 and out immediately once we get it. And I'm like, oh gosh. And then again, once Baylor gets it back, they march all the way down to the 5-yard line. And luckily we stopped them on fourth down. It was a turnover on downs, but we get the ball back. We go all the way down for a touchdown. I think Jackson Arnold, that's when he made that long rushing touchdown. But yeah, he had 3 rushing touchdowns or something like that. So, amazing. Dude played great. I think he had a QBR of 94 or something. That's, again, almost perfect. So yeah, dude played really good. But I'm trying to think, Baylor really didn't have we were just the better team in this game. I'm not even saying that just because I'm biased. Auburn just played better and really kind of I mean, they earned the win. The only fluky thing I can really call is that blatant face mask. I mean, that was bad. That absolutely should have been a face mask call where the dude absolutely just, I mean, it was obvious if you saw it. And now they did call that pass interference 2 plays later, which was absolutely to make up from the missed call and the face mask. But it really didn't, that really didn't affect the game. I mean, Baylor did get, again, they got a touchdown off of 4th and 9 with Kobe Prentice, which, if you don't know, he is a transfer from Alabama. But I heard one of the reasons he transferred was because Alabama more so used him as a blocker, even though he's one of the fastest players on the team. He's the fastest wide receiver, maybe. It was something like that. But yeah, that dude just burnt our secondary. I don't think he just kind of caught us off guard. But other than that, I mean, we handily won this game, kind of. I think this was probably my second favorite of the night. I would have put it at first, but I would say the LSU Clemson game was my favorite. I'll get to them, at last, but yeah. Very happy with the season opener. I am, very excited to see where we go from here because unless some crazy upset happens, we'll start off the season 3-0 and maybe ranked in the top 25. And the last time we were ranked in the top 25 was, I don't even remember when. But, I am very hopeful that we can win 8 games this season. I think we have, again, a lot of potential. And, I'll be looking forward to it. So now getting into the Texas versus Ohio State game. I really don't have a lot to say about this game other than it was boring. Oh my gosh. 14-7. I mean, this was even worse than the last year's game in the playoffs. It was so boring. I mean, oh my gosh. Ohio State played better offensively, definitely. I'll get to Arch Manning in a second because, oh my gosh. But defensive-wise, both teams played out. I mean, these are going to be the 2 best defenses in the country going at it. I was very surprised with how good Ohio State's defense was. I thought since they had, lost some guys, some defensive linemen, linebackers, and I think the secondary, most of the secondary's back, like Caleb Downs. By the way, I'm still in shock that Caleb Downs left Alabama. To this day, I'm still cannot believe that Ohio State got him. But back on track, Ohio State's defense was unreal. I mean, oh my gosh. I had thought, going into this game, I'm like, it's going to be low scoring because I don't know how good Ohio State's defense is going to be, but I had a feeling they were going to be somehow, ridiculously good, and they were. Oh my gosh. Ohio State is my least favorite program, with my least favorite fan base in college football. But that Ohio State defense is insane. They were ridiculous. Now, granted, and this is where I'm going to get into the whole Arch Manning thing, he played awful. There's just nothing more to say. He was awful. The dude did not scramble for anything. He's supposedly really good at scrambling, but shoot, he did not go anywhere against that Ohio State defense. Overthrew so many. Oh my gosh, he was so inaccurate. I think he went 17 for 30. On paper, it wasn't terrible, but it kind of was. But it was so much worse when you saw it than it was on paper. He had one INT, and that one touchdown pass he threw was good, but at the same time, the receiver made an amazing catch to kind of catch it anyway. I don't know. Arch Manning absolutely was the reason they lost this game. Now, going into this, I had picked Ohio State originally, and I'm I was thinking Julian Sand, this is his first year starting at Ohio State. Arch Manning has been at Texas for a while. He has more experience. I think it's going to be evenly matched, but I thought Arch Manning was going to be better. And I was proven wrong. Julian Sand was absolutely better than Arch Manning in this game. Julian Sand didn't do anything flashy, just played a solid game, was a game manager, and that's really it for him. Ohio State wide receivers dropped a million passes, so, he didn't get helped out there, but the dude played very solid. He played perfect in a way that wasn't oh my gosh, this dude's insane, but he just did his job, just managed the game, did good. There's nothing more to say, but again, this was much more of a defensive game than an offensive game, and again, those defenses I think are about the same in terms of how good they are, but again, it really just came down to who had the better quarterback. Julian Sand just played so much better than Arch Manning. Arch Manning just played awful. The amount of times he would overthrow a receiver by 5 yards or just complete, it was bad. If you were watching the game, you know what I'm talking about. That dude, sheesh. But all right, I'm going to stop hating on Arch Manning. He kind of picked it up towards the end with that 30, 40-yard pass to the tight end where it was a perfectly placed ball, and that was kind of it. Yeah, defensive, very, very defensive game, very boring game, but Ohio State had the better quarterback and they won, so there's nothing too much more to say about that. Yeah, so now I will be talking about the Alabama versus Florida State game, and oh my gosh. You can't make this up. Alabama's just... And I wanted Alabama to win in this game. I was very excited to see Ty Simpson start out. I was, he's been in Alabama for a few years, been a backup, never transferred, and I thought he had a lot of potential. And I was really excited to get him seeing start, and I was really, interested to see how Ryan Grubb was going to do. I thought the offense would be really good, and really, I thought the defense was going to be really good because you had LT Overton coming back, Deontay Lawson, you had, what's his name, the USC transfer, that guy, he was coming back. You had like another secondary guy coming back. Maybe another, and you had Tim Keenan coming back. That dude's a monster, even though he was out that game, which might have been kind of a reason Alabama lost, but it really wasn't. The reason Alabama lost was because of defensive coaching. Like, Alabama, from basically every aspect of the game, got outcoached. It was awful. I mean, really, okay, offensively, they really didn't get outcoached that much. I mean, really what it was just Florida State absolutely bullied them. Like, it was so bad. Like, y'all, if y'all watch this game, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all are, I might be making it out and making it sound like Alabama just got destroyed up front. And, like, yeah, they kind of did, actually. Like, that Alabama offensive line is always, like, considered, like, going into every season, the Alabama offensive line is supposed to be, top 5 in the country, maybe the best in the country. But, like, every single year it's like, wait, why are they losing so many games? Because the offensive line is getting beat all the time. You saw it last year. You saw it last year against Michigan, Tennessee, Oklahoma. Like, dude, oh my gosh. And it wasn't just those games. Alabama's offensive line has been struggling for so long now. Like, it is insane. Really, that was the main problem with the offense. Ty Simpson, I think he did okay. Like, he did all right. But he didn't have any interceptions. He wasn't as accurate or as smart as he should have been. Like, I've heard there's a couple guys wide open that he should have hit. But he really didn't do bad. Again, Florida State just absolutely played more physical. Just way more. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, they absolutely dominated the trenches. It was not close at all. Alabama on defense, yeah, Florida State scored 31, but at the same time, when you're not really doing anything on offense, it really does not help out. But, that's still not an excuse. That Castellanos, whatever his name is, he ran everywhere, up and down the field, all over Alabama. Florida State had did they have 300? No, they had 200. No, they had 230 rushing yards. Yeah, that's right. But, dude, and it wasn't just Castellanos and the running back. It was a ton of different running backs that all had 20 plus 30 yards. Dude, I expected Alabama to have a top 5 defense coming into this season, and oh my gosh, was I wrong. Dude, there's really just nothing to say. Alabama lost this game because they got outcoached by Gus Malzahn. This dude just knows how to beat Alabama. I don't know what to say, and it's because they got absolutely bullied. No other way to say it. They got bullied. Hey, and I don't even think Florida State looked like. I think it's more Florida State is actually kind of good than Alabama is bad. Now, again, I'm starting to think Alabama is definitely not a top 10 team, maybe not even a top 15 team. But it may also be because Florida State's really good. I was seeing the way that defense was flying to the ball. A secondary held up really well. Really the only receiver that did good on Alabama was Jeremy Bernard. But I'm telling you, that Florida State defense, man, they were – maybe Alabama's just not physical and they're just not good, but they look good. They look really good, in my opinion. Florida State's defense looked not not elite, but they look great in this game, like 8 out of 10 range. Offense, amazing. I mean, Castellanos went like 9 for 14, like 100, like what did he have, like 150, 170 passing yards, something like that. 1 touchdown, 0, like he played almost perfect. I mean, he played outstanding, and he is like, okay, I had heard at Boston College he wasn't great, and like I had thought going into this game it wasn't going to be a big deal, but oh my gosh, I did not realize how fast he was. That dude is like Sonic, bro. I mean, he is fast as crap. And I completely thought going into this game, Alabama was going to beat the mess out of Florida State. Because, like, again, in the preseason, I'm like, they got some senior defenders coming back. They're going to have experience. I think Ty Simpson, I've thought he's pretty good for a while. The offensive line is going to be more experienced. You have returning running backs and what's his name? Jam Miller. He's a stud. Ryan coming back, Jeremy Bernard coming back. Like this, I genuinely thought Alabama might be a top 3 team going into this season. I'm quickly disproven. Like, okay, from a talent perspective, they are a top 3 team. But coaching staff, like it really just comes down to coaching. Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator, got absolutely. Like, I mean, you're talking about like level 100 chess god versus level 1 rookie. Like, oh my, dude, it was bad. I mean, defense just could not adjust. They had them at a blender. Ryan Grubb, offensive play. It was more so just like, again, Ty Simpson had to scramble dang near every play because I know I keep going on about the offensive line, but they really were just getting absolutely blown up most of the time. And when he did have time, he made some decent passes. Again, Ty Simpson played mid, I'd say. But, again, more credit to the Florida State defense. They were, flying everywhere, physical as crap, just, again, amazing. But that's really all I have to say about the game. There was that muff punt that Alabama had an opportunity to come back, which, that kind of stuff always happens for Alabama. I don't know why. But Florida State, good job, fighting back and, maintaining their lead. That's really all there is to say. So, props to Florida State. I actually did want to see Alabama succeed in this game, but because, Kalen DeBoer, I like him. I think he's a good coach and a good dude, but and, I wanted to see him succeed and, filling the shoes of Alabama, for Nick Saban. But he has a long, and I mean a long way to go to even get even a fraction as good as Nick Saban was. So, moving on to the next game, LSU versus Clemson. This was, I think, my favorite game of the night. I am very happy for LSU. I'm actually very happy that they won that game because they've lost the past 5 season openers. Oh my gosh, how bad that looks on Brian Kelly. I'm sure everyone that pays attention to college football saw last year the Brian Kelly post game crash out against USC. That was, dude. LSU just has been rough. In 2022, they beat Alabama, and Alabama was pretty freaking good in 2022. They went to the SEC championship, but they got blown out by Georgia. But anyway, they were all right in 2022. But other than that, they are just not good in every other season. Last year, they were above average. Same year before that, I don't know. They're just not. They have not been the LSU when what's his name was there. Whoever it was, I forget people. But anyway, this was a pretty big game. You have Clemson ranked inside the top 5 at their stadium, which should Clemson realistically be ranked inside the top 5? No. You could debate that they're on the top 10, which I think. So I had been kind of underrating Clemson a lot. I didn't think they were going to be very good going into the season, but I didn't realize they had so many defenders coming back and Cade Klubnik coming back and just a bunch of guys. So they were going to be a lot better than I thought they were. So, yeah, I'd say they might be in the top 10, probably 11, 10, 9 spot. But anyway, LSU, I am so impressed with how good the defense played. I mean, if you would have told me that LSU from the past 2 seasons shut out a Clemson offense that has been putting up some points on a lot of solid defenses like you saw in Texas last year. Even though Texas kind of had full control of that game, Clemson very much fought back, and they can put up points. And you're telling me LSU held them to 10 at home? I would have told you you're like, what are you talking about? I am so impressed with how good LSU's defense played. If they wouldn't have played that good, they wouldn't have won the game. I mean, if they would have had the defense that they did the past couple seasons, they would not have even competed in this game. But they did. I mean, it was shocking. Defensive line really dominated up front. Linebacker group, whoever number 40 is, I keep seeing him every single time I watch an LSU game. He's always, on the screen after a play on defense. He's insane. Number 40 is on LSU. I forgot his name, but he is absolutely one of the best linebackers in the SEC. He is always making plays. That dude's unreal. But other than that, secondary played secondary played amazing. There are some times where they let up some chunk plays, but other than that, secondary played really good. I mean, they really stepped up when they needed to. When LSU really tried to go for some huge plays, they did pretty good in coverage. I mean, LSU couldn't have had a much better defended game. I mean, they played amazing. Clemson, I think they had a fair amount of rushing yards. Maybe not as much. I'm forgetting the stats. You'll see a stat screen right now once I paste that over my audio. But as of right now, I'm not sure. I think they had maybe around 100 rushing yards. But, yeah, I mean, LSU's defense played amazing. They absolutely played the best I've seen them play in years. But other than that, on the offensive side of the ball, Garrett Nussmeier, dude played really good. I mean, obviously he didn't have the best completion percentage, but he had around 250 passing yards, 1 touchdown, zero. Wait, no, okay, they did have that 1 interception, but that was kind of because the dude fumbled. Garrett Nussmeier, I had said to some of the people I know before this game that if Garrett Nussmeier plays at the level I know he can play, then LSU will probably win. And if he doesn't, then they'll probably lose. Well, he played really good, at maybe not at his highest potential, but pretty close to it, and they won. Now, granted, LSU absolutely did have a lot of struggles with Clemson's defense. I mean, that Clemson defense is good. They might be they honestly probably are a top 10 defense, and I don't blame LSU for not putting up more than 20. I had predicted it'd probably be low 20s game. But I had, I had thought Clemson was going to win originally because Clemson just had the better defense, and I know they can put up points. But, I mean, again, that LSU defense absolutely shocked me. I did not expect them to be that good. But anyway, LSU's offense, everyone contributed. Offensive line mostly held up against a pretty freaking good Clemson D-line. They had a decent run game going. Wide receivers did pretty good. I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to talk about in this game. It was a pretty basic ball game, just really hard fought, pretty more defender-sided. So there's not a whole lot to talk about on the offense. As far as Clemson's offense goes, Cade Klubnik did not play very good. I think that, they did a decent job running the ball, but not really. I don't know. They didn't really do great. Again, not a whole lot to really say about this game other than amazing defensive performances from Clemson, but especially LSU. I mean, my goodness. Now, I think LSU should have had 24. I mean, if y'all are watching, they absolutely should have made that or they should have gave LSU the touchdown when he caught it, but they overturned it because he didn't have possession, but he had possession. He only lost possession after he fell down, but he had already stepped in the end zone, so it didn't matter. Like, by the way, that referee group has reffed so many bad games. I explicitly remember the Alabama versus Tennessee 2022 game where it was like the worst refereed game I think I've ever seen. But other than that, yeah, that referee group was terrible. And LSU really should have had 24, but again, I'm very happy for LSU. I think they're going to be really good now going into this year. I mean, after seeing their defense play like that against, one of the better offenses, Clemson's probably a top 25 offense. I don't know if their offense is as good as like Baylor or something, but I mean, they can put up points, and LSU just they shut them down at a maybe not a very hostile environment, but I mean, it's a season opener, top 10 matchup, night game. Again, very surprising. But a lot of credit to LSU, and that probably wraps it up. If y'all made it to the end, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next week.